We're rolling.
Hi, Dylan.
Hey, Lee. Good morning.
Here we are, man.
Yep.
Honest bullshit. Today's one of those days. It's Friday. There's a number of things we do on Friday, but one of the things we do is ask a trasher.
That's right.
So I got to answer some questions here.
Yeah, we had a question for you, Lee. So we were wondering why you don't seem to prefer to talk about some of the past musical history and things of that nature. What's the reasoning for that?
Well, it's sort of complex, but it's also very simple.
Okay.
If I make it simple, the podcast will be over in a minute. So I'll try to talk for like
Cool.
a few minutes and say nothing. No, the real truth is it makes my skin crawl. You know, like let's talk about, for instance, if I was to tell stories about my time with Jimi Hendrix and
Right.
our time in the studio and our time jamming at the whiskey and all of our different things we did, you know,
Right.
I feel like I would be, like my question is, what is the motive for doing that? You know, like what would be the motive for talking about that? Am I trying to get my channel to grow on Jimmy's back?
Right.
You know, I mean, what or anybody's back? What about my experiences with Zeppelin? Am I supposed to talk about that? Will that make me a few more clicks, or, you know, And I know there's people that make a business out of talking about that, and there's people that have channels that interview people, and they have millions of followers. So I know that people are interested in that. You know.
Yeah, and they're great stories.
I mean, there's a huge interest for stuff like that, but it makes my skin crawl. It really does. Something's very distasteful about it. Like, oh yeah, I knew him, blah blah blah, and this is what we did. And this, you know, and talk about the drugs, talk about everything. You know, like, and you can tell I like to talk, but there's something really weird about that. Like for me, the interesting stuff is not the big stuff, but the little details of hanging out with people and like the little subtle interactions, you know?
Sure, yeah.
Like that's more, and people are looking for the big picture, like, but there is no big picture. It's just like everybody just hangs out, like they hang out, you know? So I don't know. I just don't, I know it's totally wrong-minded, but something about doing that really bugs me. Or about this, you know, fuck.
Sure, I see what you mean. Yeah, I certainly see where you're coming from.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. It's valid.
Is that a stupid thing, everybody?
I think that people would be drawn to some of those smaller, detailed moments that
they're great, and the stories are great.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think, do I have a right to share those stories? You know what I mean? Oh, they're dead. I can share my stories now. Yeah. I don't know. Can I? Should I? Will I? You know, should I is a better question.
Right.
But what is the reason for doing that? To make anything I would tell that has no, I don't see how that would fit in anybody's history of anything. You know, oh, I hung out with these people and those people, and like, oh yeah, cool. Next. You know what I mean? Like, what do you say? You know, I mean, what do you say? You just tell it like it was.
It's like you give the viewers an inside look to...
the tattletale syndrome. I will tattle on you for a few dollars, you know.
Right.
The tattletale syndrome. Yeah, here it is, man. Like, I was there. Pay me a little bit here. Give me a few shekels and I'll tell you about it. You know, that's like, you know, whenever on my keyboards, I always put black tape over the names. So all these keyboard manufacturers, they put their name big fucking giant on the back of the keyboard, and I say, fuck you. Give me some fucking money. Anyway, the first thing I do when I take them out of the box is I put black tape over the name.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Fuck you guys, man. Put your giant fucking name. What are you going to expect us to tattoo it on our arm or something? Fuck you guys, man.
Right.
Make the name smaller. Have some dignity. Don't be so unabashed. What are you trying to advertise to the audience so they can see it from the cheap seats?
Right.
The nosebleed seats can read the only thing they can really see is the name on the keyboard. Everything else they can't see.
That's right. Yeah, it's blatant.
Yeah.
Blatant.
So anyway, I would like to tell you guys a lot of stories, but I would feel like a complete asshole if I did. Like I'd feel like, oh shit, what a dumb fuck. and you know what? It'd be like a tattoo or something. Once I did it for the rest of my life, I'd think, fuck, what did you do that for? Why did you sell out like that? Like, yeah.
Interesting.
And then the other thing, so that's addressing that issue, which I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
One of the other things people ask me why I stopped playing back when I stopped playing. And there was a number of factors, but one of the greatest rumors was he went deaf because the organ was so loud. But the truth of the matter is I sat just off from the speakers. So the speakers were like right there. And we turned sideways, so we kind of like got less of a blast. The audience got it way worse than we did, you know.
Wow.
And same with Frosty and the drummers that I used. We always got out at the edge of the speakers and turned a little bit so we weren't getting walloped by the big giant sound.
Nice.
But it was the people when they always ask me, we heard you went deaf, and I go, huh? Because I want to like say, yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't go deaf. I can still hear.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a fun
I can
myth.
still hear.
Yeah.
Oh, I could talk about rumors. You know how you hear rumors in the rumor mill out there? Oh, so-and-so's deaf now. I can't hear a thing. Or you hear all these different shit, you know, about people.
Right.
Because everybody gets older and they, shit gets weird on you.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, I could tell those stories. There'd be no holes barred. Just be like an inside look at all the bullshit, you know.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, all the honest bullshit.
Yeah, the most salacious shit I ever saw. You know, here we are. Welcome to the Salacious Hour. We're gonna tell you stories that'll make your skin crawl. Put your kids to bed. Don't let them see this shit. They might get some ideas. Leave your sister alone. Anyway. Man. So that's it. That's why I just can't do it, everybody. Oh, why did I stop playing? Okay. So I wasn't deaf.
Okay.
Now, I could give you the short version, but I'm learning how to give long versions of everything. Like,
Right.
You ever see somebody they're telling you a story and you go, fuck, hurry the fuck up.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. That's the art of something. I haven't perfected it yet, but I'm close. Yeah. Okay. So I can sum it up really easily. I stopped playing because I felt creatively bankrupt. Yeah, it's the honest to God truth. Well, I always felt fake and like fucked up, but I really, at the point I stopped playing, I just felt like fuck. I was depleted, you know.
Yeah, fascinating. You didn't have any more ideas that you thought were worth pursuing?
Fucking cat just came up and whacked me. No, I felt really creatively bankrupt.
Wow.
And yeah, I did. I am. Anyway, so, and the other thing was I wasn't enjoying it that much. It was like stressful.
Which part of it was the most stressful that you remember?
Just trying to be at the top of your game every second and like just playing that game, you know, the rock and roll.
Yeah.
Trying to go for it, you know, like when you go for anything, you know.
Yeah.
Sort of like I was going for it. I felt, you know, I was going for it. But when I quit, I just felt like I was embarrassing myself at that point. Like it seemed like everything I played was just pure shit. And everything seemed like I was repeating myself. But, you know, people repeat them. Oh, the cat got me again. Fuck you. Oh, man, the cat's biting my ass. No, I even gave him food. You have food and everything, man. This is one of those days. Ask a trasher. So that's why I quit playing, because I was creatively bankrupt and I just thought everything I did was shit. And I listened to some of that stuff and it was shit, you know. There you go. But I know people that make lots of albums, they say, well, you know, every album is different. Some are, you know, more captivating than others, you know. But
what did your bandmates have to say about that? Did you share any of those thoughts with any of them or fellow musicians? Did they give you any advice or feedback?
No.
Well,
I usually played with just a drummer.
I see. Right.
So.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a band meeting. Yeah. It was more like it was my trip, you know. I was just out there, big time wrestling on the drums and organ.
Gotcha.
But anyway, so that's why I quit, you know, tell you the truth.
Did anyone try to talk you out of that, or did you just kind of quit?
Well, that's
discreetly?
a good question.
Yeah.
At the time I quit, Bill Graham was my manager. He was a famous impresario of the Fillmore and all those Fillmore East, Fillmore. He was that guy. And Bill was my manager, and I told him, I said, Bill, I'm going to take a year off and go to Hawaii, and we're having a kid, and I'm just getting out of here. And says, let's go for a walk, Lee. And so we start walking around San Francisco back in the days when there was no poop on the ground. And so we're walking around, and he's telling me, so finally at one point he stops, he looks at me, he goes, Lee, Bob Dylan can take a year off, Lee Michaels cannot.
I see.
That's what he said to me. It was like very directly. He says, Bob Dylan can take a year off, Lee Michaels cannot.
Wow, fascinating.
And he was right. He was right. Actually, he was right. So
right.
that year off turned into 50 years off, by the way. So he was double right. Yeah, anyway, that was funny. And then we went on to talk about T-shirts and shit after that. But it was cool. Yeah, we had a nice talk, and we walked along, and he was just telling me, yeah, man, keep your head down, keep working,
Right.
You're not Bob Dylan. You're fucking, So he was real cut and dry about it. You can't take a year off.
And what was your response to him in that moment?
I said, no, I'm going to do it. I never listened to anybody, and that was one of my downfall traits. I still have that to some extent. I sort of like, I don't know why. It's like if somebody tells me they like my music, I'm certain they're bullshitting me because I didn't like it. And when somebody comes to me and tell me that, I'd think, oh, fuck, not another person lying to me. Because I knew all the music. Everybody knows all the music. We were all there back then. I was not a cutting edge anything. I was an organ player that played sort of R&B kind of grooves and funk. That's what I was. And all the great albums I was listening to weren't my album. So when somebody would come to me and tell me my shit was good, I was sure they were bullshitting me. One time backstage at Carnegie Hall, I think who was playing? Van Morrison was playing. So backstage, was walking up the stairs to this dressing room up there, and halfway up the stairs, I run into Elton John, and he says, "Here I am talking this shit, man. I gotta stop."
I got to hear this now. This is
anyway. He tells me, so I'd never known him before. First time I run into him, we were on the stairs face to face, and he tells me he likes my music.
Yeah.
I just look at him and laugh and just keep on walking because I figure, how dare this guy come up to me and lie to me like that? I thought, how disrespectful that he would come up and tell me he liked my music. I thought, fuck, I know he doesn't. I don't like it. How can he like it? So anyway, there you go. That's why I don't tell these stories because they're bullshit here on the Honest Bullshit channel. But that's why I have no idea why that is. That's just how it was. So,
do you think maybe in retrospect you might have been too hard on yourself or, in some regard? What if Elton John was actually sincere and he truly did like your music?
What if everybody was sincere that ever said it? Yeah. But as far from my viewpoint is how could any sane person think that? I can understand why they would say it because somebody wanted to come up and say something nice to you, right? Yeah. But how could anybody think that? That was my viewpoint and still is. And so like to this day, and I've been through my life long enough to recognize that because people always come up and they're complimentary, and I no longer. It used to really get to me, and people say they like it because I knew they were lying, But now I just accept that. Well, maybe some of the people liked it, I don't know, but I go better with their lying. even today, I feel that there's a few people I know. That like it. They actually like it okay. I don't know why. To this day, I have a couple of good friends that just really like it, and I just think they're fucking out of their minds, yeah. So that's how I feel. That's why I stopped playing, because I felt like a fake fuck, creatively bankrupt, whatever.
Yeah.
But other people, I hear them, they keep playing, and they're totally creatively bankrupt. They make album after album, and they're all shit.
Right.
And they're just like, keep going, like, I don't know.
Right.
So, yeah, that's it.
Well, that's interesting. We appreciate you sharing that insight.
Do?
Yeah. I certainly
Anyway, yeah. I appreciate it too. So I guess that answers that question.
Cool, yeah.
But I still can count to 4 and I play okay. But I'm a closet player. I play for my own enjoyment. I do. I just like,
yeah.
I just play because I enjoy it. And I really enjoy it.
Yeah, well, that's great. It's good for you too. It's healthy. So that's pretty cool.
Healthy.
Yeah.
That's a healthy. Oh, anyway. This is I didn't think I was going to talk about that shit. See, that's why I don't want to talk about this stuff. I mean, Yeah, man. I don't want to tell the inside shit on everybody. I'll tell some inside shit on myself, but not on anybody else. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, even if for a few extra clicks or whatever you call them.
Okay.
Yeah, but I will talk some shit. I have lots to say, actually. None of it's very important, I hope. Yeah, if you get hung up on what somebody says and you think what somebody says is important, I don't know. I see a lot of stuff and most of it doesn't seem important.
Yeah, a lot of people, most of what they say is meaningless in the long run.
But you know what I notice? Everybody cares so much about everything lately. I was trying to think, what is the real cultural shift that's taken place on a sort of giant scale here? And I think the thing I notice is fucking everybody takes themselves so seriously now. It seems like people, I don't know. It's hard to compare now and before, but it's like, oh, and also everybody has an opinion now about everything. Have you noticed that? Like there's no subject that somebody doesn't have an opinion on or feel like an expert. Same with all these people that have all these shows, these podcasts.
Right.
They talk about different subjects and all the current events, and everybody has an opinion on everything. And say, how could you possibly have that many opinions on anything? Or, you know what I mean? Like, fuck. You go, whoa, man.
Right.
Is there any subject that you don't have an expert opinion on or that you haven't considered already? I think, man, it must be exhausting.
Yeah, I guess they got a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah, but just I think it's like a cultural shift, though. Like that's everybody's way of approaching life. That's what I'm trying to say. It's
Okay,
like,
that's an interesting
like
theory.
it seems like now that's what people are. Yeah, everybody has an opinion about everything. Like used to be people you ask about say I don't care. What do you mean? But now you ask people about anything, they know all about it and they care all about it and they're ready to stand up and fight over it. Yeah, I'm saying yeah. Go ahead, enjoy yourselves. I got a boxing ring in the driveway. You can come fight there. That's what I consider fun and progressive. Two people standing there slugging it out. That's like humanity at its finest, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We're well, yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should stop. I think I covered the ground. I explained why I don't play.
Yeah, that was great.
Sometimes I think about playing out. Oh, when I was a kid, I was coming up and I was looking at the rock and roll thing starting to occur, and I was looking at it, like, where do I fit into this? Because I was like, where do I fit? Where do I fit? And that little keyboard player, I think, am I going to wind up playing at roller rinks? Because I was thinking, where guys like me, where do they play? There's some gigs at pizza parlors. You could get a gig at a roller rink where you play and the people skate around. I started to think, man, my opportunities were limited. and then to make matters worse, all the bands were guitar players.
Right.
So there you go. What can you do? Yeah. So it was an act of desperation. And I guess once I stopped feeling desperate, it felt more desperate than ever. You know what I mean? It's like, oh no.
Interesting.
Anyway, I don't know what to say, everybody. I think I'm running out of. I know I haven't completed this thought. That's why I'm still talking. But
yeah.
Playing at roller rinks and shit. So here I am now, and I think and I see people out there playing. I say. You see all these Indian casinos. There's like 1 trillion Indian casinos. I talked to these guys in a famous band. I won't mention their name. And they said they had just come off of playing like 1.5 years of Indian casinos. And they were just stopping because they were so exhausted. They said you can play every week all year long and never play the same casino twice. There's so many casinos. And so then I saw a map of all the casinos. It's shocking. Back east, it was like solid dots on the whole map. And out here was pretty thick with them too. And they're building more all the time.
Wow.
And so everybody, and then I was thinking, how does it affect everything if so many people are throwing their money into the gambling mecca thing? I mean, like all that money. Anyway, I was trying to make a point. I don't know what my point was.
The roller rinks and the Indian casinos.
Oh. Yeah, so then I think, oh no, where would a guy like I play in the modern world today? I think, oh, Indian casinos? I don't even know any Indian languages or Indian songs or any shit. I'm joking. But yeah, I don't know any of that shit. But there you go. Guys like me, those places out there like that will book a pathetic has-been. So ask a trasher. Did you guys hear more today than I should have said? Or did I say more today than I should have said? How long have we been doing this element?
We're over 20 minutes.
20 minutes. See, look what a short podcast it is. I talk about my entire range of feelings, and I've already repeated myself like 5 times. So that's it. I'm simple. My thoughts are simple. I'm looking forward to an Indian casino. Maybe I could die at an Indian casino, go there and play and fall over. I want to fall over on stage with my feet in my boots. I want to be in the saddle. Yeah, fuck that. Ow, fucker. The kitty is fucking weird.
Bit your hand.
He doesn't like when I say shit. What are you talking about, kitty? Man, he's weird. Now he's going to bite wires. Why is he so fucking weird? He never acts out. And now, ever since we have a podcast, every time we do it, he jumps up and he's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's not our imagination. It's been long enough. It's well documented.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, did you guys notice the cameras are looking better? I told you a month ago, slowly but surely, every day we tweak it a little and make it a little better.
Yep.
And it's a little better now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking great.
Yeah. I. We're serving a heaping help of ego pie. Ego cake, ego pie. Oh, here comes the kitty. Fuck you, kitty. I love animals, man. Fuck, I love animals. I love cats. Big cats, little cats. Any size is cool. These cats are better, though. Their teeth aren't the size of railroad spikes.
Right. Yeah.
And they don't weigh 500 pounds. Hey. You know that guy, what was that guy on TV, on Netflix that had all the tigers? Tiger King?
Yeah, Tiger King. Yep, that's right.
Was he a trasher from Trasherville or what, man? I thought,
for sure.
brother Tiger King. You know, I thought, oh wow, that was a little close to home for me. I looked at that, I went, oh fuck, man, what a weird trip that guy was.
I like when they ask him about his holstered pistol. They say, "Is that for the cats?" He says, "No, never for the cats." And he said, "What's it for?" "It's for people."
Yeah, he was a weirdo.
It's hilarious.
And I love that kind of shit. You know, like out of nowhere came that show, right? We weren't expecting Tiger King.
Right, yeah.
How many weird ass guys are there across the country that are just so fucking out there? We'll never know about them unless they have a Netflix special, which they probably won't have. Right. So probably every town or every region has some fucking totally cuckoo, insane person.
Yeah, absolutely.
That should be our goal, to interview the most crazy people. They bring them in here in straitjackets, and we chain them to the thing here, and we ask them their very thoughts. Tell us your very thoughts. I don't know. Oh, look at your shirt, Dylan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Whoa, I just realized. I saw it before, but it wasn't sunk in totally.
Yeah, I forget where I got this. But
that's a duck shirt. Was the close-up show more of it? Let's see.
The close-up, I'd have to sit up a little bit better here.
Look at those ducks, everybody.
Yep, got ducks on the shirt.
That's a good shirt. It's very visual. And the yellow looks good against the green.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's Duck Friday.
Yeah, Duck Friday. Ask a trasher.
Yeah, ask a trasher.
Okay, what else do you guys want to know? This is so much fun. I'll answer all your questions, but I'll say nothing. Yeah. But you know what's the weirdest thing?
What's that?
Oh, no. I'll save that for another day. I have a bunch of stories to tell, and they're way more interesting than my rock and roll stories.
What kind of stories are these?
Yeah, just general stories about how Killer Shrimp occurred, and about how...
oh, cool. So you're open to talk about Killer Shrimp. That's good.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, nice.
I'll talk to a certain extent.
Sure, yeah. We'll do an episode.
I have to think about that one, though, because it had a weird beginning. I don't know. Let me think. There was something I was going to say before. The venues, all these venues, and we were talking about earlier about concerts and shit, because I was talking about all the things I didn't want to talk to. And I go, Yeah, I don't remember every venue, but I remember every blowjob. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I do. I swear to God, I remember everyone, but I don't remember the venues that well.
Mm.
It's sort of like how music takes you back to a certain place.
Right.
You hear that song, oh, I remember that song, and all of a sudden you remember where you were. Anyway, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I should be done here. I don't ever want to talk about any of this shit because it's too much fun. It's better just to, well, maybe we will talk about some of this shit. It's sort of fun talking about it, as long as I'm not using anybody's names.
Okay.
But all people want to hear about is about the name stuff.
Mm.
You know, what did Janis Joplin do in the dressing rooms? All that kind of shit. That's what
Right.
people want to hear. They want to hear salacious shit.
Right.
And I'm not a slinger of salace. Salace. That'd be a good name for somebody. Meet Salace. Salace. Okay, everybody.
Okay.
I guess we're out of here.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been really fun podcasting in spite of all this serious stuff going on. Anyway, I don't know. 3, 2, 1. Bye, Dylan. Oh, it's Friday, huh?
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Yep. Thank God it's Friday.
Ask a Trasher. The cat's asking. Look at him. He's meowing. Come on, fucker. Go eat a squirrel or something. What a weird carnivore. I love it, man.
Well, great. Ask a Trasher Friday.
Sometimes I think about getting a place that just have a zillion cats, like some big cat place.
Yeah, cool.
Have like a fucking 100 cats or something. Hey, big kitty, what are you doing? Don't bite me, man. Go away. Cats, man. The cats are so cool. Yeah. Yeah. Look how happy I get when I see the cat. It's so funny. I love them. Okay, everybody. Dylan, I'll see you on Monday.
Yep, sounds
It was
good,
a
Lee.
good week. I had a good time.
Great, yeah.
Stephanie's been off doing a bunch of stuff, so she's going to come back here and do stuff with us, but she's a busy girl. She's, moving and shaking. She's got a lot going on. Anyway, we have a lot going on too. Maybe we'll dole the stories up. But so I tell a story and then 94 people hear it. Maybe I should save my stories. I don't know. It's a no-win situation. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's tough. You have all this material, but you're holding it back for some unknown
Mythical group
yeah.
of people.
Right.
Well, I said once I had 40 subscribers, I would tell something, and I did. So there you go. Anyway, we don't exist, but here we are. That's the thing in the internet, right? You don't exist, but here you are.
What does that mean exactly?
Who knows?
Yeah, sometimes I got to ask you,
Yeah, I don't. I have, like we were saying yesterday, speak twice, think once. I have no idea what I mean most of the time, but it's more like a vibe. How's that for a nonsensical answer? Anyway, this weekend, I'm going to play my little keyboard till my fingers fall off, because that's what I do.
Nice.
Fingers. I'll have reports, scientific findings playing the keyboard.
Great. We
Like
can't
the
wait to
black keys the other day when I found the black keys, it was so stupid. That was the dumbest episode ever. I didn't have to apologize. Did you notice today? I didn't have to apologize for anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I said I was sorry for telling shit.
Oh, right.
But even though I
Yeah.
didn't use any names. Oh, I said Bill's name. Fuck. Shut my mouth. I just want to talk shit. I don't want to talk about people. Oh, I mentioned Elton John's name too.
Yep.
Oh, I'm a shit. And Van Morrison too. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think the Band-Aid's been ripped off now.
Yeah. Scabs everywhere in front of me here, man. Look at I just fucked myself. Stood right up here. Okay. I'll be better next time. I'm never going to say another word about anything. I'm just going to babble and drool. Okay, see you on Monday, Dylan.
Yep. See you, Lee.
Babble and drool. 3, 2, 1. Poof.